family. Hope you're all doing great. We are continuing our reading of this book, which is an authentic collection of many of the remaining storytelling traditions of various tribes in the United States, the indigenous peoples. So, this story is from the Tewa tribe, and it's titled How to Scare a Bear. Long ago and far away, this did not happen, on top of Red Rock Hill, lived a little rabbit. Prickly pears were his favorite food, and every day he would hunt for them along the east bank of the Rio Grande. Eventually he ate all the prickly pears on that bank, so he cast his hungry eyes across the river. He said to himself, "I'll bet plenty of them grow over there. Now how am I going to get across the river to look?" The rabbit knew the river was too deep and too wide for him to swim on his own, and he sighed, "Oh, how I wish that Uncle Fastwater, who moves the current, were here to take me across." Uncle Fastwater. That's a name. Fastwater heard and replied, "Child, I'm lying right here. What can I do for you?" The little rabbit leaped toward the sound. "Uncle, so this is where you live?" "Yes, this is the place," said his uncle. "What kind of work do you want from me?" "I want to cross the river to pick prickly pears, but the water is too deep and too wide for me." I didn't know that rabbits like prickly pears. I've had it in juices. It's okay, but imagining a rabbit swimming also is kind of funny. "But the water is too deep and wide for me. Will you help get me across?" Fast Water agreed, so the little rabbit sat on top of his head. Splash, splash, splash went the water, and quickly the two were on the other side. "Be sure and call me when you want to come back," Fastwater said when they landed. The rabbit wanted to get home before night fell, so he wasted no time but went right to picking and eating prickly pears. He just pigged out, right? Then Brother Bear appeared. "Little rabbit." "Yes, Brother Bear." "My, what a pretty necklace you have." "Yes, isn't it?" "I want to make a bet with you for that necklace," said Brother Bear. Now, I noticed frequently that the bear is often referred to as brother. "I'm willing to bet my necklace for yours. If I win, you'll give me yours, and if you win, I'll give you mine." Little Rabbit agreed. Wait a minute though, the neck of a rabbit is really small. The neck of the bear is really big, so wouldn't that be a bracelet for the bear? Little Rabbit agreed, and they arranged to meet at noon the next day in the same spot. That afternoon the little rabbit returned to the river, and his uncle easily carried him back across the water. "Tomorrow you must wait for me, Uncle. I have placed a bet with Brother Bear, and I need you to carry me across the river again." Oh, so he went to the river. It was like, "Hey, we gotta get across." "Let's see. I'll wait for you," replied his uncle. "I know you'll win." The next day the little rabbit got up early and hurried to meet Brother Bear. Because of his early start, he arrived first and decided to stroll in the woods. As he was hopping around, he spotted an old horse bell that still had a dried up piece of leather tied to it. He hung it around his neck, and with each jump the bell went clank clank. Wow. Now the Easter Bunny has an interesting bell around his neck. I wonder if he'll have something similar. He hung it around his neck with each bell that went clank clank. The little rabbit said to himself, "I think this bell will come in very handy with Brother Bear," and he hid the bell carefully in the woods. When noon came, Brother Bear appeared. "You're here early," he said. That sounds like something a bear would say, because uh, some kids like us, we had lots of bear stories growing up. You had Yogi Bear. Yogi Bear was a little bit lazy. Winnie the Pooh Bear, he was kind of like a little dumpy. We often think of bears because they hibernate as viciously fierce and brave, but also kind of like they will relax if they want to, right? And it's interesting to think of a bear saying that to a rabbit, right? It's like something you could imagine a bear saying. "Yes," answered the little rabbit, but he said nothing more. The two picked a place in the dense wooded area to have their contest. Then Brother Bear made a circle on the ground with the stick. "Little Rabbit, you can go first," said Brother Bear. "Oh no," said the little rabbit. "You wanted to bet, and you should go first." "Yes, I'll go first. I'll bet you I'm the braver of us two. See that circle? You sit in it, and if you move even a little from where you're sitting, I win." The little rabbit sat down, and Brother Bear took off in the woods. A few minutes later the rabbit heard strange sounds. "Ow, tweet, ow, tweet, tweet." "I know that's Brother Bear." "Why, though? Oh, 'cause he got the bell?" "Wait, no. Why would a bear make that sound?" Thought the little rabbit. "He's trying to scare me, but I won't move." "Oh, but why would that?" That is true, though. A rabbit would definitely try to hide if they heard the bears coming, but why would the bird sounds be part of that? Closer and closer came the strange sound. Suddenly, with a crash, a great big tree came tumbling down and barely missed the little rabbit. "You moved! You moved! I saw you move!" shouted Brother Bear. "No, I didn't move. Come and see for yourself," answered the rabbit. Brother Bear couldn't find any footmarks and had to agree with Little Rabbit that he had not moved at all. Even the rabbit brave. Little Rabbit said to Brother Bear, "Now you must sit in this circle as I did in yours." The rabbit drew a circle, and Brother Bear sat in it. Like, don't leave this. There's an episode where SpongeBob gets attacked by a half bear fish and has to draw a circle, and it's a protection circle. So it's kind of funny that this rabbit's putting a bear in a circle, when in the SpongeBob, the circle kept the bear out. Leaving Brother Bear sitting in the circle, the rabbit headed into the woods. He just put the old horse bell around his neck and headed toward the place where Brother Bear was waiting. After he had hopped a few steps, the little rabbit stopped, rang the horse bell, and sang, "Ah na ah na, ishane, shanane, kuhaya." "Where are you sitting, my bear friend?" Now that's pretty cool. It's a good song for a rabbit. When Brother Bear heard this, he thought, "That is not my friend, little rabbit. This is something else together." Coming closer to the circle where Brother Bear was sitting, the little rabbit rang his horse bell louder and sang his song once more. He's enticing the bear. The bear used fear. The rabbit is using curiosity. Brother Bear, growing really frightened, stood up and ran. "Oh, yes, okay, the bear got friend." The little rabbit jumped out and called, "You've lost. Let me have your necklace." As the story goes, the little rabbit defeated Brother Bear. And today, if you see a rabbit around the Tewa country, and if he has a red ring around his neck, you can be sure that the rabbit is descended from the little rabbit who won Brother Bear's pretty red necklace. Translated from the Tewa Alfonso Ortiz. Wow, that's a cool story, right? If you see this mark on that rabbit, it's from that story where the rabbit was indeed a tad bit braver than the bear, and the bear was able to be tricked by the rabbit. That's pretty cool.